Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I should say this evening, I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial on my mini album that I made for the 4th of July hop. I had so many requests for that. So, let's get started. And don't worry about the measurements. I am going to leave all those below in the description box for you. So, just kind of watch and see how it's done, and then you can use the measurements. Okay, so what you're going to need is some paper, and I'm going to use red, of course, red, white, and blue paper for the 4th of July, and a corner rounder, a pair of scissors, a cutting board, a little score tool. My score tool broke. It's pitiful. Some embellishments for your album, and this is the album that I put together just before I came on here, and this was a blue one. Now, I did this one slightly different, and I'm going to do the one that I made for the hop, the next one. But this one I did just like this, and instead of making the pocket, I left this open so that you could put additional pictures you want. So you don't have to make a pocket if you don't want to. And I just thought I would show you that, give you that option that you could make one without using the pocket, and you could just have photo mats. Now, I don't have any more of this paper, so we're going to be using a different paper. But I just wanted to show you the options. So you could just glue this down here on the sides and then have a little pocket here. But okay, so to get started, the first thing we're going to do is score our paper. And I'm going to have to turn this around because I'm going to have to see what I'm doing. And so we're going to score our paper, and I'm going to make this one a red album. So the red is going to be our background color. All right. To get started, you're going to stick your paper in. You have 12 by 12. And this page is actually a little bit larger, but I'm not going to worry about it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to do your scoring. You know, that's going to really bug me. I am going to cut this down just a little bit. Sorry. Sometimes when you buy paper, you don't always get the exact measurements. And you have to do a little slicing and dicing on your paper. So this, I love my little Cricut cutter. I have a We Are Memory Keeper trimmer and scoreboard all together, but I absolutely love this Cricut. It cuts so good. It is so smooth, and I love it. So I'm going to just make sure I have all this even here. Look at my little lines here. Make sure the paper is, and it's not. So I'm going to go make sure it's all lined up. See, it was just 1/8 of an inch too long, but that was going to bug me if I didn't do that. So let me bring back my scoreboard. Now, we are at 12, and I'm happy. Okay. We're ready to start now. Alright, so you're going to score a couple of different ways. The first way you're going to score, you're going to stick your paper in, and you're going to score at 3 7/8. Now, for those who don't measure a lot, 3 7/8 is just one little mark before you get to the 4. So we're going to go on that line, and we're just going to score straight down. And then we're going to score at 4 1/8. Which is one mark past the 4. Okay, then we're going to score at 7 7/8, which is one mark before the 8. Whoops. And we're going to score at 8 1/8, which is one mark past 8. Now, leaving your paper in the scoreboard, you're going to rotate it this way. Okay? And you're going to score at 2 inches You're going to score at 7 inches. Whoops. And you're going to score at 10.5. Now, it's really important to know which one is your top and your bottom. Now, your top is going to be the 2-inch mark, and your bottom is going to be like the 1.5-inch mark. So we're going to flip this around, and we're done with our scoreboard. Now, I tried to put this on white paper so you can sort of see your score lines here. The 2 bottom pieces down here, we don't need those. And what we did, if you can see this, we created a little gusset. I'm sorry the lighting's so bad. We created a little gusset right here for our mini album. So all we're going to do is we're going to cut this, and we're going to go in the ditch, is what I call it, in the score mark, and we're going to cut here. And then we're going to cut up the score line all the way up to our second score line here. So you got one score line here, and then you got this one right here. This is your 7-inch score line. You're going to cut all the way up to that score line. Then you're going to come on this side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut all the way up. Now this is, we're going to cut this part of our gusset out because we don't need it. And we want our album to fold. So you can do this on your trimmer if you want to, but I can't see to do it on my trimmer, so I just do it by hand. Then we're just going to lift this up like this and cut it off. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to go ahead and cut up the line. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this part off. If I can find my score line. And then I'm going to cut up this gusset right here on this side. So you're cutting, basically you're cutting that 1/8 of an inch off. That gusset. And we're going to cut all the way up to the second line. And then we're going to take this part out. Okay, so this is our bottom, and this is what we have so far. It should look like this. And save these little big pieces of scraps because you can do a lot of neat things with this. Okay, so now I have it this way. We're going to come up here to the top, and we're not going to cut these off because we need them, but we're going to cut just this little part of the gusset out right here on the top. So, oh, sorry, I hope I'm in frame. I did turn the camera around so that it wouldn't be backwards to you. Okay, and then we're just going to cut these little pieces off because we don't need them. Okay, now that is all the cutting we do. And that is, this is the top in the middle, and this is the bottom. And it should look like this when you're finished. Okay, so now the next thing I do, I round all my corners. Now you do not have to do this if you want straight edge, that's fine. You don't have to do it. But everything with the corner that I can reach, I go ahead and round. And I don't have a corner punch chomper. I wish I did, but I don't. So I just use this little one right here. It works just as well. And I'm just going to round all the corners. Might be getting a little full here. It is. Let me take some of this stuff out. me turn around and do this side. That did not do very well. Let's do that again. I did not like how that chopped. There we go. Okay, so that is all we're going to do to this right now. So this is ready. This, you know, if you wanted to fold it up and not put any mats in it, you could do it like that. But we really don't want to do this. So I'm going to lay that aside for a minute. And then we're going to look at our mats. Now I'm just doing one mat. You can do double mats, but I'm just doing one. And I will put the measurements, though, in the description box for another photo mat to put on top of the other mat if you would like. So what you normally start with are some 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. I didn't have any of the blue that I wanted in an 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to cut this down to 11 inches. And then I'm just going to use it. I'm going to mix and match my colors, so it really, so I can get red, white, and blue, because I didn't have any more of the paper that I use. And there again, I do save my scraps. Okay, so I'm going to use this for the middle sections on the front and the back. So let me give you the measurements that we're going to need for the two ends, front and back. Okay, so what you're going to need are 2 sheets of whatever paper you want to use for your matting, 8.5 by 11. And you're going to make 4 strips that are 3 5/8. So we're going to come over here, and this cutter is such a good cutter. I can cut all my strips at one time. So we're going to do 3 5/8. So that's the little tiny tick right there by the 3. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's the one after a 1/4 inch. So we're going to put this right here on that. So 3 5/8. I'm going to slice down there. That's 2 because I'm cutting double. And then we're going to do it again. Like I said, I love this trimmer. Okay, so we have 4 strips that are 3 5/8 by 11. Now we're going to cut the pieces that we need. So you're going to need 4 pieces that are 1 3/4 inches. Now, how I cut my 1 3/4 inches, it is so hard sometimes to hold it when you're cutting it from this side. So what I do is, let me put this arm in for right now. What I do is, I hold my paper, I lift this up, and I do it on this side. I look for 1 3/4 inches, which is right there. Let me get it again. Yep. Well, I'll get it in a minute. 1 3/4 inches is right here. And then I'm just going to slice all 4 pieces at one time. Uh-oh. There it goes. Okay. So I have my first set of 4 pieces. And then we're going to slice 4 3/4. You're going to need 4 pieces of that. So let me put this back up. So we're going to slice 4 3/4 pieces. So we're going to go here, 4 3/4. Make sure it's even and your pieces are all together. Okay, that's these. And then you're going to need 4 3.5 pieces. So we're going to come over here and do 3.5. Okay. And those are those pieces. All right. So these pieces are going to go on the tops and the bottoms. This is the little top part. the 2-inch part is going to go on here. And then these are the pieces that are going in the middle. And then these go on the ends. So we got those. Now for the middle pocket, because this has a gusset in it, it's a little bit different measurement. So for the middle, what we're going to do is cut 2 strips that are 3.5 inches wide. So what I'm going to do is come over here. I'm going to have to cut these separately because I only have one piece of paper. So we're going to go to 3.5. And we're going to slice that off. And then we're going to do one more strip of 3.5. Okay. Shh. And then we're going to cut our other pieces. So for these, for the front and back middle section, you're going to need a photo mat that is 1 1/4. Forgot to take this off the back. If you're doing all the sections and you're doing the little pocket, you actually don't need the top 1 1/4 one. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it just to show you. So I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to go to 1 1/4, which is right here. And I'm going to cut that. See, it's so much easier when you have small measurements to do it on this side. Because you can hold the paper better. So then we're going to do 1 3/4. You need 2 strips of 1 3/4. So I'm going to go back over here. And do that. And then we're going to do 2 strips of 3 1/4. So we're going to put that over here and do 3 1/4. Make sure they're all together. Honestly, this is the longest part about the whole thing. And then you're going to need 4 3/4, which this should be almost that. It's just a little shy. Okay. And so that's all the cutting we need. Now, if you want to make mats to go on top of this, like double matting it, you can, like I said. Just for time purposes, I'm not going to do that tonight. But you certainly can, and I will definitely put the measurements on there for you. So these are all the pieces for the middle part. And these are the pieces for the sides. Because we're going to have a red, white, and blue album. Okay, so then what you're going to do, this is the bottom, this is the top. So I'm going to start creasing my folds on the lines here. Now remember, this is going to be the pocket. So, and this is a little flap here. You can fold it in like this and then fold it up and not have a pocket. Or you can fold it back like this and create a pocket, which is what I'm going to do on this one. And then fold this up. Like I said, honestly, the longest part about this, and see here when you fold this over, you have a little gusset. So you have room to put pictures and things and decorations and things like that in. And so it folds up like that. So let's put our mats in. So we're going to do the front side first. Excuse me. And I'm not sure if this is going to cut through 4 pieces, but we're going to see here. Nope. I'm going to go ahead and corner round my pieces. So I have one here, and then I have 2 for the back side. So I'm only going to corner around these on the top right here. Because this is a straight line here. Okay. And then I'm going to lay these out, and I'm going to lay these here. I'm trying to decide if I want to quarter round these or if I want to leave them straight. What did I do in my other album? I think I corner rounded everything. I did. So I think I will. I just think it gives it a neat look. I should have tried to do two of them together. Okay. And then we're going to do two of the, that's for the, we're going to do two of the bottom size. Now, these fit differently. I found out when you're using pattern paper. So you have to make sure you put it on the right way. Okay. So I'm going to corner around the bottom of these. I'm not going to do the top, because it's facing a straight edge. Okay. Now we're going to do our bottom pieces. I mean our middle piece on the front. And see, this is a little bit wider because of the, a little bit different because of the gusset. So you don't want your thing to come over the gusset. And that's why the measurements are a little bit different. Okay? So we're just going to corner around the top on this one. We're going to do all four sides on this one. Whoops. Make sure that one's done right. On that one like that. Now we do have an extra one because we do have something down here, and we have an extra one down here, and this one is the 1.5 inches. That's what the smaller one is for on both sides. I'm only going to put it on this one side though. I hope you can see this. I'm only going to put it on this one side here because this is going to be a pocket, but I am going to corner around all four corners of this one though. So it's going to go like this. Okay. Now I'm just using my art glitter glue to glue these down. You can use tape if you'd like. You can use, you know, whatever you want. And you're just going to try to center it as best as you can. I try to line that up with the one on top. Now, if you watch this all the way through, this tutorial all the way through, then there'll be a little gifty at the end, so make sure you stay all the way to the end. All right. So I'm just going to continue gluing this on here, and I'm going to do the same thing on the front. So hang on, and I'll be right back when we're finished. Okay, we're back. So we are finished gluing everything on here. Now let's talk about the pockets. Well, first I want to show you what it looks like. Here's our red, white, and blue album, and that's the back. Now, the little pieces the first two little pieces I told you about that in the middle section that were 1 1/4 are these pieces right here. If you're making a pocket, you really don't need to add them on here, but I do, and the reason I do is because it gives the pocket a little bit more bulk so that when I glue it down, I can actually, you know, slide things in a little bit easier. Got me a little scrap of paper here. I can slide things in just a little bit easier, and it gives it a little bit more room. So the only thing we're going to do to make the pocket now is we're going to just take a little glue, and we're just going to run it on the outside edge of the flap here. And we don't need to put it on the bottom, obviously, because it's already connected. And we're just going to squish it down and let that dry. Now, you can leave this flap down. I'm going to glue this flap down because I don't like it flapping. And I'm just going to glue that down like that. And then you can just decorate the flap. So, that is it. So let's decorate. Oops. We're going to turn over it and do the front first. And then it just folds up like this. Well, I'm fighting with it. Folds over like that. Okay, so we have the white on the outside. I kind of wish I would have put the blue on the outside on this one, but, you know, it will be okay. Okay, so this was gifted to me by Virginia Story, so I'm going to use that because I'm just trying to use things that were in my stash. So we're going to put 4th of July on this one. So we'll stick it sort of in the middle. Celebrate 4th of July. And I may have to go get some more stickers or something. I might have a few left somewhere. I'm not sure if I do or not. Okay. And then I think maybe a little top hat. That's cute. And some little cupcakes. This is just for the front. I have some other stuff I'm going to use for the inside. Or you may not want to use anything at all on the inside because, you know, you may just want to leave it plain so you can put more pictures in it. Okay, so that's all I did there. Now, open this up. And I'll tell you why you said you might want to leave these blankets, because you might want to jot down some, you know, memories or whatever. So these are little fireworks. I'm just going to put one here on the corner. I will put one here. I don't know if I like that on the blue, but we'll put it on the blue. And then we'll put a little firecrackers, because what's the point? We'll put that right there. And that way you still have a journaling spot there. And then we'll just put one here. And then for here, I have an American flag. And I just thought I would put that right there in the center of that little pocket. There. Now, you can get carried away. You can decorate as much as you want to. I think I will look and see if I got some little tiny things here. I love Virginia. She set me up for the 4th of July because I really didn't have a whole lot left there. let's see. Use a couple of these little things here. Maybe just a couple little pieces. I don't want to put a lot because I want to leave room for pictures. So I'll just put maybe a little flag here. Let that dry. Let's see, there's some stars in here. I'll put a couple of stars around. Maybe put one right there. And then, I think that's all I'm going to put on the inside. Because I don't want to take away from, you know, but because the mats are white, I do want to put something on here, on some of them. Let's put this cute little bomb pop that was also gifted to me. Can't believe I'm using them. Let's put a little summer. Let's put it on the blue one. Right there. And put another little flag. Maybe up here. Oh, Donna, let's put it on right. Well, good thing it was slick and I could just wipe it right off. Now these would be great spots for just write little little things down. Just any kind of little, you know, sentiment. I think there's some more stickers in here. There is. Okay, so we'll just put, how about we put 4th of July sticker over here. Okay. And America down here somewhere. And you can always take them off. You can remove them, or you can just put your picture right over it. And let's see. Let's put an America sticker right here. Okay. And if we wanted to, let's see. I'll put a little Liberty sticker, or a little red, white, and blue sticker down here. Just at the bottom. Okay. And there is our little mini album. I just think that is so cute. And they're so simple to make, guys. I hope you try them. Of course, you can do it with any paper. The one thing I will tell you is that when you cut these bottom mats, the paper has to go a certain way or it won't fit right. So make sure that you know, turn your paper around. And if it's a pattern paper, make sure you cut it the way that it needs to lay. Because, yeah, I did that and messed up one. So, you know, it's just trial and error. So, but these are so simple to make. And they're so lovely. I think you can do them any kind you want to. So, like I said, I made these two tonight from the time that I did my little live announcement to now. Well, it is, I don't know what time it is, but it hasn't been that long since I've done it. It hasn't gotten completely dark yet. So, but anyway, I did these two mini albums in less. Sorry guys, for whatever reason my camera turned off. Okay, so what I was going to say was, if you stuck around to the end of the video, make sure that you tell me in the comment section below what your favorite 4th of July traditions or fun things you like to do. And then on Friday, I will give both of these away. So just leave a comment below. Don't tell anybody because, you know, they need to watch the video too. Just leave a comment and tell me what your favorite things or traditions about 4th of July are. And then I will draw everybody who leaves a comment that tells me that. And I'll give both of these away on Friday. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I do apologize for the shakiness of some of the videos. And I noticed I had a lot of focusing problems, but hopefully you can look past that. And I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And if you did, please give this a thumbs up and make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. And that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. God bless, and I'll see you later. Bye.